Hello, everybody, and welcome to all our hearties around the world. It is so great to see you again, and welcome to our special live event where we talk all things season 11 of Hallmark's hit series, When Calls the Heart. So I am Natasha Burnett, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here with you guys today, and with my fellow Hope Valley ladies, Miss Andrea Brooks, Miss Amanda Wong, and Loretta Walsh.
Hello, everybody.
So excited that we can get together today, guys, right?
So excited.
I'm so excited. So we're just going to talk about everything season 11 so far, and why don't we just get right into it?
Well, first of all, we have to say, good job, Natasha. Your hosting skills are top
Yes.
Very good.
I'm trying.
You got it. You are a natural.
Oh, thank you. So, okay, now let's talk about us working together. It has been amazing for us to do that this season. We have been supporting each other and supporting each other's endeavors so far and throughout the season. And so let's discuss this with the hearties out there. So we love all the enterprising that's going on between us. Minnie's obviously got the cafe, and May, you have nickels and dimes, and you're in there doing your thing, your little new beauty treatments. And
yes.
There we have Florence, you've got the pharmacy and the soda fountain, as well as the mercantile. And then, of course, we have Faith, who is never shy, treating anything with her patients. So that's wonderful. But we're always there for each other. And it's really been special this season, because we have had a lot of scenes together where we are really leaning into that. So it's been really beautiful, I think. What do you guys think?
I think you hit the nail on the head with the entrepreneurial spirit. Like when you actually list it all off like that, it's such a fresh reminder that these women are doing so many jobs, all the jobs in town.
They really are. They're very accomplished.
Very accomplished.
Like if you want something done in Hope Valley, put the ladies in charge.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And I also think that while it's like super nice that, there's romance and all those different things, we are individuals outside and with like really successful like working lives, and we're kind of multifaceted, which is so beautiful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm going to ask you guys our first question. So I want you each to share a favorite moment together from this season.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't want to give any spoilers away, so I have to be
really careful with the spoilers.
Yes, very careful. And unlike Florence, who loves to talk and share gossip, myself, I am not so much that way. But I do have to say that there is a group scene coming up with the ladies and with Gowan and with our newest addition, the completely adorable Lily. And there's a really, really sweet, fun, funny scene that's coming up that that was one of the highlights of season 11 for me. So stand by. And that little Chloe.
Oh no,
the cute,
just yeah,
as a button. Mine is similar. It's similar to Loretta's, but there is something coming up involving a little bit of dress up. I won't say who that involves, but it was very fun. And there are some very behind the scenes photos forthcoming.
Yes.
Yes. But that was
I think Andrea and I are thinking the same fancy event. And if that is the case, that I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed just being with you all on the same day, because sometimes our scenes are kind of split up, and we don't ever get to be together in one room, and we had like several days where we were all together, and it felt very Hope Valley in Vancouver, and it was so lovely. It was just the sweetest and cutest and just very heartwarming time, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have to agree. Yeah, there was like, okay, I had the scene I had with you, Andrew, in the first episode.
Yes, you know what?
Yeah.
That was up there for me too. Absolutely.
That was a really beautiful scene that we had. And then Amanda, I know later on in the season, we have some really nice scenes together, which I really enjoyed doing. And then actually the scene you mentioned, Loretta, which is coming up, again, that was a really fun time to just have. And it's actually really nice to just work with your characters individually in a different way. Because I really feel like I never did.
Sorry, continue.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I like how Minnie has been the voice of reason for the last few episodes, and it's just like you've really you're quite wise outside of work, and so also being in work, and you're like, you know, the pastor's wife, but then also coming into your own, and you know, kind of the strength of you as an individual in Minnie, and kind of just the strengthening of Minnie's all of her facets and layers is starting to come out, and I really love seeing that.
Yeah, it's been good to play, because actually I have all my scenes with you guys, and then of course I go back to Joseph and I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing and sharing the right wisdom. So I actually like that seesaw that I'm doing for a change, right? So
she really is a wonderful sage. You know, she's very wise, and it's interesting, you know, in the second episode of the season, how she's saying, I'm giving advice to Florence and this one and that one. And so I do wonder how Minnie takes care of herself, and I wonder who she goes to advice for, you know?
Yeah.
Actually,
it would actually be really nice to do something where you really see her figure out how or you see her taking care of herself, or how she manages all of this stuff, because she does always with Joseph, but I think it would be just nice to see her internal struggle.
I think that's totally right, and I think that kind of joins into what you said about that scene, the you may feel lonely but you are never alone scene. That resonated with a lot of people. I got so many messages. I received so many DMs, and I tried to answer to as many as I could, because so many people were saying, wow, finally a story where a character's divulging the fact that she doesn't feel okay, and she acts strong, but it's okay to be vulnerable. And especially as a single woman, it's okay to say, I'm not okay, I am lonely. And to have that encouragement from a friend to say, like, I see you. I think that that's something that a lot of people connect with. And I really love those moments of vulnerability, because as we've mentioned, all of these characters are entrepreneurial and busy and here and there and supporting and helping and always lending a helping hand. But it's really also important to pause and say, whoa, this life isn't always perfect.
That's right. And the beautiful thing about, you know, Hope Valley and this world where all of these characters live is that, you know, I think that we repeatedly have the theme and the idea that it's okay if you fall down, we've got your back. If you're struggling, we're there for you. You know, and so what a beautiful thing to be known in that way, and to have that kind of support and community. And man, that's something that I value in my own life. And I think that that's a really incredible value that people resonate with when they watch When Calls the Heart. So well said.
Yeah. That actually reminds me, Loretta, of that scene with the ballet slippers in previous seasons. And yeah, I loved that scene, and how everyone came for you and came to you and like reignited this this, you know, inner child, beautiful, like, you know, passion that was within you, and you know, helping you rediscover that too. And just the sisterhood in that scene, was so palpable, and it really bounced off the screen.
Yeah, I think it's very powerful when you have friends who really know you, and they understand what's important to you, and they understand the things that would be hard for you and that would be painful for you, and they show up for you. And so, yeah, I really loved that scene too, because it was, you know, Molly, of course, who has Florence's back, you know, so deeply, and they go back many, many years together now. And the other ladies there too, just to offer support, because, you know, sometimes Florence can be very taking care of other people and let's fix it. And how can I be a helper? And so to be in that position of vulnerability and have people show up for you is a really beautiful thing. Oh, and P.S., I just want to say a big hello from Johanna Newmarch, my Flomo friend. She was unable to be here today because she has another commitment, but she sent me a message and she said, please give a shout out to the Hardys from me and say thank you so much to everybody. And she really wishes she could be here. And so she sends so much Molly love.
Wish you were here too. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. So now you've mentioned that, I am going to segue into our next question.
Segue.
For you, Loretta. So can you tease any Flomo moments this season?
Well, you know those two are always up to something. I mean, come on. It's kind of BFF's goals, right?
Yeah.
You know, she's the Thelma to my Louise. You know, she's the Lucy to my Ethel. You know. But yes, no, there are definitely Flomo moments coming your way. And sometimes there's Flomo moments and we also invite someone else into the group.
Mm-hmm.
We see Ned Yost have to be with those ladies and manage them, or they're managing him. I don't know which way it is. And also with Minnie and Lawrence and Molly do start to get together to make some plans to support some of our community members. And so, don't worry, we'll be there in fine.
I just want to jump in and say that there is a scene coming later in the season, and it's a Flomo moment, but I'm also in the scene and I'm sitting across from them at a table and I look up and you just get the most classic Flomo moment. And I remember breaking character and just being like, you guys are so good. It's so
I remember that scene.
Laughing because you got those looks on your faces and you've done it for so many years together. And those moments are just priceless.
Oh yeah, that's really fun. And you know, I mean, what a blast, hey? This is you know, the job that we get to do together. And so it's such a joy, especially having a long-term relationship. We do really, with all of us, have sort of a shorthand. You know, absolutely. We really have a way of being able to work really well together and really get, oh yeah, we should do that. Oh, that'll be super funny. Oh, that'll be a lovely moment. And so, yeah, it's the joy of being on an ensemble show and having history together. I think that really translates to on screen.
Yeah, it does. So let's move to the subject of motherhood. So I've got a question for you, Andrea, Dr. Carter. So you, at the start of the season, were asked to look after Lily. Mm-hmm. And how does Faith feel about having Lily in her life right now?
First of all, I adore this storyline. And I'm not going to lie, this is something that was pitched long ago, or there were rumblings and whispers of a story kind of like this for Faith. So in the back of my head, I always knew that there was the potential for a child to be dropped on a doorstep, so to speak. But I think, you know, I never really marry myself to expectations. So you know, at the start of each season, we have our meetings. And when I found out that this was absolutely the direction that we were going, I was elated because what an amazing, unexpected opportunity for Faith. I think her heart is guarded. As we know, she has had a turbulent journey when it comes to romance. I don't want to say she's written it off, but it is definitely not at the forefront of her mind right now. And then right when she's kind of admitting her feelings, admitting to Minnie, you know, I'm struggling. Like, what is my purpose? This little girl waltzes in and just cracks Faith's heart wide open. And I was so excited to get to tell this story. Obviously, as throughout the years on this show, I have myself as an actor, as a person, I've become a parent, and I know how astronomical a shift that is to go from being a single person who takes care of yourself to a parent, to a caretaker. I know what that shift feels like. I know how seismic that change is. And I was just so happy for Faith to get to explore this side of life. And I was just overjoyed because little Chloe McKinnon, who plays Lily, is just a ball of joy. She's a fabulous actor. She wants to learn. She's so lovely and giving and fun. And we just got along right away. It helps that I also have a 4-year-old at home, so I know how to speak little girl. But it's just a joy getting to explore this side of Faith, and there's so much more to come. And just stay tuned because Chloe is so fabulous as Lily.
Yeah, she is. You know, when that scene where she wore your clothes, that was the most adorable thing. Every single time she came down the stairs, Andrea and I would literally and just completely truthfully gush.
And the little, I know. And from that moment, because that was her very first scene when she came down the stairs, said, "I'm ready for dinner." And we just knew, like, everyone, the whole crew, our director, Neil, who had played a major role in casting her, we were all like, yes, like, this is going to work. Because you never know for sure until day one, right? You just never know if people will click, if the chemistry will be there, if you don't know for sure. And that was the moment I'm like, okay, we're safe. This is gold.
Yeah, right. So Faith has to have a kind of balancing act with her patients and with now looking after Lily. And you, Andrea, yourself have a balancing act with your career and looking after your kids.
Yes.
Do you think you have any advice for Faith?
Oh, it's a struggle. When you work and you parent, it's tough. Anyone going through it will agree. And I think that the most important thing is to be present. When you're there with your kids, you're there with your kids, giving them full attention. When you're at work, I'm sure, like, full attention on that side. But you have to try to not let the work trickle in when you're with your family, when you're having your dinners, when you're reading stories. And I really try to keep the worlds separate, just to be a present parent.
Yeah, good advice.
Wow.
Yeah. So of course, Minnie and Loretta, Florence, you're also a mother. So how do you think our characters, along with the women of Hope Valley, help Faith as she takes on this role, this motherly role?
Well, I think that, everybody starts to notice that Faith has her hands very full. And I think they all remember. I mean, for Florence, her kids are sort of growing up, and so she's past the little kid stage. But I think she remembers, oh yes, that is quite a stage. They really need you for everything. And so I think that the ladies of Hope Valley are going to support Faith and find a way to help her so that she can still balance her career and also have time and energy for Lily as well. So we'll be working on something to help her out.
We will. And we can tease that they are going to see it on Sunday, where we're going with this.
Yes.
How are we going to help Faith? Because we all come together and have a plan, a master plan. We put our heads together, our motherly heads together to help out. There's a little confusion, shall we say, in the cafe. And
there's always confusion in the cafe, isn't there? What's going on? I love that. I guess
let's talk about Minnie as a parent.
Yes.
You are a wonderful mother to Angela and Cooper, and you're such a wonderful part of the community. Can you tease any parenting moments in this season?
Ooh. Oh gosh, yeah, we do. We're coming up to some hard times for the kids.
Oh, it doesn't get easier.
Those teenage years. I think actually, I feel like on Sunday you're going to see some of it as well. We're starting to see the kids come into their own, and they have strong heads on them. And there we are trying to figure out how do we manage this and how do we solve this? Because, as brother and sister, the bickering starts and you're trying to figure out how best to manage it. So I think, this season, it does actually lead into more of Joseph's story and his backstory with his family. So it all starts with the kids. Ooh. And then it sort of filters out into how his other family members come into all of this. So I actually think it's a really cute connection that's made.
Okay, so I guess this brings us to the subject of romance. And I'm looking at you, Amanda. Okay, so May and Mike finally get together this season. So how are they navigating dating while being dedicated to their work at the same time?
Right. So this brings up a really good point, because even in the beginning of our chat, we were talking about how all these women, we have careers and lives and stuff. And similarly, Mike also is starting to run the hotel, which is a huge opportunity for him. I think in the last 10 seasons, he's been the jack of all trades. He's had a million different jobs, similar to Joseph. Joseph's done a lot as well. And now we kind of see him stepping into his own, and there's a lot of growth, I feel, for Mike this season. He's kind of becoming, I don't know if I'm biased or anything, but like kind of being the man. And it's really, really lovely to see for May, who's trying to support her new romantic relationship. And she obviously gets quite flustered because she misses Fiona, and then she's got this mud mask business, and she's also running the pharmacy, and then she's working alongside Andrea because there's Lily's grandmother who's unwell, and there's just so much going on, and she gets overwhelmed, as we sometimes do. And it was really nice to film the scene where Mike is completely calm. She's all frazzled, and he just really brings her a lot of peace. And even the frazzly parts came out even with Faith and May when right before Lily comes down the stairs. So that was just like a beautiful thing. And I think also for May, it feels like the parts of her that she was really trying to hide for a long time, are able to come out, and it's very much accepted. And it's not about just being good at her job and keeping everything together. She's allowed to be weak and vulnerable and have imperfections. And then she has to navigate a relationship on top of that, which is tough as it is, without all these external pressures. So it's been a very interesting experience for her, and to grow in and go through, especially for two people who were never really super lucky in love. And wonderful things happen for them.
Yeah. And going with that, so you've taken this chance, as Mike and May, they've taken this leap of faith. What can we expect to see from this relationship going forward this season?
Oh, well, I think there is a preview where she gives him a kiss, and I think that yeah, I'm actually not thinking about it, and it's there's a little bit more that continues to blossom between them, and it really does feel like first love and the innocence of that for the two of them, because they've never gotten to this point where it's been requited, for both. In one situation with May, Jeffrey was very much into her, and it wasn't reciprocated, and she's had little things otherwise, but nothing that was super meaningful. And that's why she even says to Faith, like, complicated has never worked for me. And she really worries about that. So, but here's a guy who's maybe has been nervous in the past in different areas, but he's really becoming super secure and in his own body and confident. It's been delightful to see Ben Rosenbaum get to play that as well.
Totally. Segueing from that type of relationship, the growth that we're seeing in Mike, and therefore the Mike and May relationship, I want to transition this to Natasha and Loretta, because you two have such amazing, strong relationships on this show. Seeing how Minnie and Joseph and Florence and Ned have such obviously amazing, strong goals, relationships on this show. What advice do we think Minnie and Florence could offer to May in this situation? A love that's blossoming.
Well, do you want to go first, Natasha?
Okay, why not? I think for Minnie, Minnie and Joseph, everything goes back to God for them, right? You know, and just believing and trusting and knowing that what's happening is happening the way it's meant to be happening. And that should bring you some peace and calm to moving forward with your situation. I know we do have this conversation in the kitchen over a thing that I can't talk about. And, you know, just trying to find the confidence in yourself to play that role in the relationship, that you have what you need to stand your ground in the relationship. This is like a unity. It's not like one of you is superior and the other's inferior. You are equals. So yeah, I feel like Minnie is definitely on that road.
That is such a good answer.
Yeah.
That is so very good.
And being calm, absolutely. You definitely do bring that into our scenes together and also on the show. Like this, yeah, it's your faith. It's wonderful. And Loretta?
Well, I think, you know, Florence and Ned, it's not their first rodeo, right? Like this is their second marriage for both of them. And I hope that they have collected some wisdom along the way. And I think that, you know, for Flo, she would say, make your voice heard, say what you want, but know that you will not change your Hickam. He is who he is. And so be gentle and forgive quickly. Oh, like
forgive quickly.
Yeah.
Whatever he is, just know that it's coming from the best of him. If he makes mistakes, if he falls, if he blunders, if he says something, you know, that I don't know is a surprise to you, just always think of him as he's doing the best that he can, and he's never coming from a place of malice or hurt. I think that's what she would say.
Okay.
Because Hardee's, I hope you were listening to Loretta just now.
In addition to this, since I just asked a Natasha Loretta question, is there anything that either of you can tease for the Canfields and the Yosts this season? What can we look forward to?
Well, sorry, that's my computer.
That was Ned Yost with an N.
My technological prowess is 0. So just like Florence. No, Florence is good. She knows how to work the telephone. For the Yosts, well, listen, the Yosts they're always up to something, and they're always looking for opportunities to help the members of Hope Valley. And so listen, don't worry. If you've got a problem, just come to the Mercantile. Flo and Ned are going to hook you up with whatever it is that you need. You need something special order to make a special date. You need something that is as you know, out of stock. Don't worry, we're going to find it for you. So we're the supporters in town, and we're also, you know, leaders, business people really wanting to uphold the good values and decorum of Hope Valley as well. So if you have anything that you don't like, come and talk to us and we will see what we can do. Okay, that's what I have to say about the Yosts.
Okay, will do. For the Canfields, let's see. Well, I did touch on this earlier, and it's been a big talking point. A lot of people have wanted to know about their backstory and other family members. So we definitely do delve into that a little bit more. And as I mentioned, you know, the kids kind of started off with their bickering, but also they also start the chain of events in its entirety. That's all I can say about that one. And you know, there's a really cute scene. I cannot remember the episode. I think it's 7. And you know, the choir's there, and you know, everybody is there, and you know, the family member is also there, and it's a really beautiful moment.
That's a great tease. Fear not, people. The choir lives on.
The choir.
Yes, the choir.
You've been practicing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
It is.
I now am going to be asking everybody to play a little game. In the first live of the season, they played a game. We're going to do the same. So to celebrate season 11, we'll each tell the Hearties why they should tune in for this week's episode in 11 seconds or less. I have my phone here. I have my timer. And so, Andrea, do you want to go first?
I'm scared, but yes, I will.
You can do it. 11 seconds. When you're done, I'll tell you. Okay? All right. Are you ready? Your time starts now.
Hearties season 11 is fabulous, wonderful, and something that you cannot miss out on. There's community, values, and a mystery unwrapping before our eyes. And it's like a Christmas present. And you have to keep unwrapping it. And then you get to the bottom of it. Spoiler.
That was pretty good. Wow. You can speak really fast. Really fast. How about you, Amanda? Are you ready?
Okay, sure.
Are you sure?
I'm nervous.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Your time starts now.
Okay, if you want more love and family and romance and Lily and just great human values and friendships, then tune in for the next season or episode, and the rest of the season will be great.
You did it.
Whoa.
You did it. You did it.
Nerve-wracking. I'm like sweating.
Woo! The pressure is on.
Seriously?
Okay, Natasha.
Okay.
You ready? All right, here we go. Your time starts now.
Tune in for this episode because they have so many good things coming up this week with cute little Lily, and the Canfields have so much going on, and there's a little bit of bickering going on, and then there's things that need to be figured out and mysteries that need to be dealt with. And so Hearties have to watch it.
Oh my goodness.
Have to.
You ladies are good.
I'm ready. I got you, Loretta.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh boy.
ready?
Okay. Standing by.
Standing by. 3, 2, 1.
Hearties, you have to tune in this week and also for the rest of the season, because what you're going to see is community, love, romance, mystery, hope.
11.
Oh. Hey.
Well done.
All right.
Great.
I've done that before. That was
That
stressful.
was fun. That was good. 11 seconds, 11 seasons. Yeah.
Woo.
Oh,
Great.
is that why? Oh my gosh, I
Wonderful.
need to make that connection. That was great.
11.
Wow.
Thank
So
you.
before we wrap up, guys, is there anything else we want to tell the Hearties?
I think just thank you so much for your continued support. I know we say that, but it's so true. It's so dear. We mean that as people who we've encountered so many Hearties throughout the years. We know how valuable your support is. This show would not exist without you. This is a show that has risen because of the fandom, and we're forever grateful, forever aware of that. And we think of you always. Whenever we're fighting for our characters, we're working through our scenes, you are at the forefront of our minds. And we just thank you for sticking with us all these years.
That's
Well
so
said.
well said,
That's
Andrea.
so perfect. Does anyone else want to add? I don't know. That was really perfectly said.
Absolutely. I was great at that.
Oh,
Yeah. That was really
Amazing.
great.
That's
You're
great.
right. This show is the 11 seasons that we have done are all because of this incredible group called the Hearties. And I always say they're not just fans of this show, like they really have created a movement, and it's a movement of generosity and a movement of kindness and community. And I know that that spills out into their own personal lives, having met each other through the show. And so I feel really, really grateful to be such a part of something so positive and something that's gone on for so long. And so, yeah, I really echo what you say, Andrea. Truly, we say we're so thankful and grateful to you, but that really is the authentic truth. So thank you so much.
Yeah. And I have to say thank you for allowing us to develop and expand our characters, you know, allowing us to go season after season, and just, it's been amazing being able to do that with Minnie. And, you know, Andrea, I've noticed people talk about Faith and her journey this season. Now they're really allowing you to expand on who you are as your character. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to have that opportunity.
Agreed. Everything that my lovely colleagues and friends have said is absolutely spot on. Thank you a million. grateful to be, a part of the community, as well as, just get to be along for the ride. What I would tell the Hardys is, of course, stay tuned. Everyone wants to know what happens to Elizabeth and Nathan. So let's not forget about those things. Not beat around the bush. That's very important. Flomo, Canfields, Faith and Lily, Mike and May. Goldie and the Coulters. There's so much going on. I mean, there's so many things, and the kids are growing up. There's so many exciting things in the pipeline that the Hardys will want to see. And so tune in, please. I don't know. I hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it for you.
Perfect. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Hearties, for tuning in. Thank you, Amanda, Andrea, Loretta. Thank you so much for doing this. It's been really great seeing you.
Thank you for hosting.
Yes, thank you.
Of course, but please, everyone, make sure to tune in this Sunday at 9 p.m. 8 Central for a new installment of When Calls the Heart, only on the Hallmark channel. That will also be streaming the next day on Hallmark Movies Now. And do not forget to join us on X or Twitter, or whatever you want to call it, because we will be there with you.
Yep.
With that hashtag, Hearties, let's get it trending, always. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Bye.